Welcome everybody to another American Ricci Mahjong League broadcast. Nathaniel here, joined by Daniel this time. How's it going? Or rather, David. How's it going, David?
Hello, David here. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing well. Maybe a little bit confused. I was just thinking how similar our names were. Nathaniel, Daniel, and then I realized, wait, it's not Daniel at all.
Great way to start the day.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to be back broadcasting Arma Mahjong. The most recent cast we had was the IORMC competition, where we had one of the members from Team USA qualify for the individual finals. So congratulations to Philip for that feat. However, we are back into our regularly scheduled programming. It is a B1 matchup tonight to start us off. Hanle, Julian, Joshua, and Kaz to open up in it appears to be the first of 4 games for this table, and excited to see how things battle out here in a very small B1 division, only 16 players. Opening up.
So just curious, actually, this is something I'm just curious in general. Is it possible for a player to play against another player more than once?
Let's see. In each game, a player will match against 3 unique opponents.
Each.
And in the first 5 rounds, that means they should be playing everyone exactly once. In the final session, the 6th session, in the sort of position round, then they will be playing against another player for the first repeat. But at least for the first 5 rounds, they will all be new opponents.
Uh-huh. Okay, good to know.
We do have an early Ricci, though, from Kaz, start of row 2. It is going to be Ricci, Pinfu, Ipe, Kodora 2, waiting 6-9 So, an incredible hand to start it off.
And something I always love seeing, that early 8 so makes it so the 9 so seems really cheap.
Don't.
Yeah, you can see that deal in there.
Yeah, great Sotogawa trap there, and Hanle will bite. It will be the Mangan as no Ura is found, but perfect start to the match for Kaz, 80,000 points in hand. All right,
Oh.
East 2, Julian Dealer. Anything pop up to you in this hand?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just looking at it. I'm just curious. When you ever when you see hands like this, is your
Boom.
first thought Junchan or Pimfu?
Probably Junchan, because I'm always a little bit hesitant about these Kanchan shapes. Um, I think, especially because I want to be able to incorporate the 8 So door if I draw it, I'm leaning towards thinking about ways that I can open the hand, and of course Junchan is an easy way to do that. In its current state, though, I'd like to just get a Pinfu and end it. We have too many pairs, though, currently.
It'd always be 7 pairs, the hands I hate the most.
Yeah, in the meantime, we'll have to contend with an open hand on the right. Joshua calling the Hatsu, and this is 2 away from Tenpai, still lacking the pair, and really trying to make use of the door 8. So the easiest way, of course, is to just pair that up. Across the way, Kaz can open up with the west pair. Dora locked into a completed shape as well. And this hand is just Ishanten if you choose to take Ricci Dora 1. On the left, Hanle with a 7, so that does allow you to make use of the door here. Could be another Ipeko type hand.
Yeah, I'm just seeing that hand. Yeah. It's kind of funny because the Ipeko shape kind of makes it so that it's hard to get a pair sometimes for that hand.
Right, another hand that would really love to just pair up the Dora, and you'd be extremely pleased with your Ricci Pinfu Dora to Ipeko. And given that it's Hanle on the left,
Boom.
if you were to pair up the Dora, I think he would actually Dama. He's shown a tendency to do that in the past.
Ooh, interesting. That's a somewhat early 7 so cut. Do you think that's more that he wants to confirm Tanya Pimfu shape more than I guess Tanya shape more than the possible I guess Pimfu shape with the Dora?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm not 100% sure whether his plan is Dora Tonki or exactly what you said, the Pinshu. I mean, dropping the 7 So first allows you to hedge both. If you draw the 8 So, you're very happy. You have your Pinshu and your Dora. The big question is going to be, if you draw something like the 3 So, will you take the Pinshu or will you take the Dora Tonki? Or if you draw the 5 pin, how willing are you to drop the Dora now that 2 players are open?
Yeah. Really interesting questions. Dealer here is also Ishanten. Ooh, that's not much value, but I'd be happy with the reach Pinfo, and I guess he still does have a Sanchoku chance if he can get, I think, the last Eicho.
Yeah, definitely viable. That's a little bit of an upgrade. Of course, Kaz waiting on Pei Tonki once cut, and really just it's in the wall somewhere. If someone draws it, it should be coming out.
Curious, how often are you skeptical of people trying to do the purposeful north weight?
I I don't know. I think it's usually a really strong weight in situations such as these where it's once cut. Um, recently in a ladder match, I tried to do something spooky like that, and it cost me first place. But
Yeah, that'll.
maybe someone in the chat who's spectating that game will chime in with the fact that if I had held on to the Peitonki instead of switching to an even trickier weight, I would have won. Yeah, here, if the 3-6 pin diamond had been retained, it looks like Kaz would have already won the hand. The Pei very deep in the wall, maybe even dead walled.
Ooh, yeah, I'm seeing a situation that yeah, the two people, both of them, the Dora seems really expensive, so that they're like they want to make use of the Dora, and I think it's too late to drop the Dora. Ooh, yeah, as you can see here, that's the Dora Tanki.
Yeah, not even tempo for that hit. Oh, there it is! Found it! High tight sumo with the Sha and the Dora, and will be a 3-Han sumo for Kaz. That's how you get your faith in Peitanki rewarded. Never any doubt.
He does get the extra Han, so that is worth a fair amount more.
And it will be Joshua's turn in the dealer seat. Hasn't really had much going on his way in the early portion of the game. Joshua, one of those players who tends to be just very aggressive, just all out, going for his hands. And the hand's been building very slowly so far. We'll see if he can do something on his dealership. In the meantime, Julian on the left, already two triplets of Yaku High tiles, the East Anko in hand and the Hut's Pom. Now looks like it's going to be a Honitsu with two Yaku High. Oh, wow. Ishanta now. Looking
That is
good on the left.
a really strong starting hand. The question is, do people read this as a Hongitsu or not?
Yeah, it's a little tricky to predict it. Now, you will have seen maybe seen the Kanchan discard, the 3 mon, 1 mon from hand if you were paying attention, but it's very early in the hand to be focusing on things like that, so they might not have noticed it. And even then, that's still a more terminal shape, so not immediately obvious. Meantime, on the right, that hand is Dian Shanten for a kind of standard Ricci, and then across the way, Hanlei does have a Dora in a shape already completed. Trying to figure out if there's a way that he can actually get 6, 7, 8 Sanjiku on top of it.
Ooh, there is a chance. The question is, do you ever call like if on the right here they drop the 7 so, do you call that?
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I'm willing to open up like that. We do have a Ricci from Joshua, though. Chooses the 5 mon weight here because the 3 mon is once cut, the 5 is none out. So just trusting the odds.
So on the left here, that is Tenpai for Hongitsu to Yakuhai.
Yeah, and a strong pause there from Kaz, holding out for the chance to switch into Tanya and also break the putts, but declines it. It will just be aiming to defend here. So Mangan Tenpai on the left versus dealers Richinobi.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like that's the type of hand that I don't think. Is there any draw here that you ever fold?
For Julian on the left, probably not. Even the door has been discarded already, so I'm not thinking that hand's too expensive. the there are 4 tiles in the wall for Julian's weight versus 2 in the wall for Joshua. Now make that 1. 5 on drawing to Kaz's hand. No Nakasuji trap has been created yet. Oh, wait, did that 8 mon come after the Riichi? Doesn't matter. Here's the 5, so that will be a Mangan dealing.
Always the big thing as dealer, you're happy to be the first to reach it, but at the same time, you always have the risk of dealing into someone else's pursuit.
Right, and in Akanashi, it's usually less expensive, the pursuit from other players. Especially when you've already discarded a Dora and you can see that the player on your left probably doesn't need Manzu. But if you also read that they're going for Honitsu, then there's the concern that it's more than just the 3900 that Honitsu Yakuhai usually is. And in this case, there was the triplet of Easts hidden away in hand to make it a Mangan.
Yep. This is one of the funny hands I'm wondering. Do you think how much do you like these type of Atsuzuke plays?
Well, this one's a little bit more transparent. I would say if I'm sitting at the table, or if Kaz knows that I'm sitting at the table, probably less inclined to make this play. But with Joshua at the table, this is probably not so bad. Wow, this is going to be Hadakatanki on the Dora, most likely.
Yeah, wow, this is a very aggressive call. Like, I understand the Atsuzuke call, and I feel like the Chanta Atsuzuke call was his goal, but this is a very interesting turn.
Yeah, I think you could have justified passing the 6mon and disguising this a little bit longer, just because that was a Diablo shape. If it was something like 6-8, cheating a 7, you're more inclined to take the call, but it probably could have been justified passing. Now, the hand almost has to be Yakuhai. I mean, 1-2-3 Sanchoku really isn't very possible here, given you already dropped a 2 pin, and then the 1-3 pin came out from the left hand side, so pretty much has to be Yakuhai. Hatsu passed, Chun passed, Haku is still live.
Oh, I was gonna say Manso Hongichi, but can't be Manso Hongichi because of the 1-2-3.
Right. So Haku is gonna struggle to leave Julian's hand, and in the meantime, he might become vulnerable if Joshua takes a Riichi soon.
Yeah, that's the thing. As dealer, I do like. Ooh, that East is very.
Oh, just draw it. Okay, I'll get.
So which way do you take here? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Goes the cheap way. Believes in the once cut south.
Yeah, because the question there is also the question of: do you think you have do you care about the win rate or do you care about the value?
Yeah, and I wonder if you could even justify waiting on the 5 pin, saying the win rate. Like, someone could justify throwing a 5 pin against this hand because it looks like it's probably Shabo. Oh, instead it'll be a Tsumo with the Dora pull, so Hanle will pick up 8,000 points back. Yeah, it looked like the South was more likely to win in this instance, but it also allowed Hanle the big Mangan, and just like that, we are back to a situation with 3 people in pretty close contention for first, and we're waiting for Joshua to pull in his Mangan. Seems like everyone's gotten one so far.
You know, don't you hate the feeling when you're the only one in the table who doesn't get a Mangan?
Oh, absolutely. I had one this season. It's just tragedy. Everyone's hitting Ipatsumo except for me. And the game did not finish very well for me, I'll say that much. Hanle as dealer. Dora in hand. Chun able to call. Given the call on the left from Kaz, probably will want to open up this hand and just match the speed.
I'm just curious. When you have a Yakuhai pair like this, for example, let's say he gets another pair here. At that point, do you consider that more as a Yakuhai or a Chitoi?
That probably depends on the situation. What are your thoughts in this situation?
Because personally, I have to say I hate Chitoi with all my life, so I want to change it to a Yakuhai no matter what.
Yeah, I think because we have the 6-7-8 sequence, and there are reasonable shapes in the Sozu, it's pretty fine to just play this as a normal hand, even if you get another pair. Now, if that other pair is Dora, I strongly consider switching to the Chitoi route.
That's the situation I hate the most. Because at that point, Cheeto is very valid, and it's worth a lot.
I'm kind of realizing that I don't really care that much about whether
Each.
we'll pull that thought. Joshua does find a
Home.
Ricci, and it's potentially pretty valuable here. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1 already, but could be Dora 2. We do see a call from Hanlei into Tenpai on the Chun Dora 1, so waiting 5, so 9, so only one tile of each in the wall for Hanlei versus the 4-7 pin, which is not very live either. Only 2 4 pin, 1 4 pin in the wall for Joshua's weight.
That hand is it. Look, that hand's one of those hands that you just feel sad that you don't get the Sanshok.
Yeah, in this case I don't think you could wait, but yeah, I wish we had Sanchiku. But Julian might. Okay, finds a path with the 3 mon.
That would be Tenpai if you're risking it. Curious, would you call that Pong for Tenpai?
Oh, with a 9 pin.
Each.
I don't think I trust it enough. Julian will
Don't.
toss the 9. It will deal into Hanlei. Because it's just Yakuhai Nomi. And I can't see any of the Dora. I'm not sure I trust dropping the 4 or the 5. The 4 is Nakasuji to the dealer, but it was only half Suji, I think, to... Oh, wait, no, the 7 so came out after the Ricci. Yeah, I think you're fine calling that and dropping the 4 so then.
Yeah, because 3 so it was kind of dead, but I still feel like you could have at least tried taking Tenpai and risking a bit there.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that idea. And then if you need to drop like one so later, it's fine.
Ooh, you think dealer trying to grade Hongich?
Definitely feels like that with these awkward shapes. We are in the south round, so it can just be Yakuhai and something else. Maybe having second thoughts after calling the south, holding on to the Manzu over this Chun.
Yeah, because I'm curious how happy he's with that shape, because... Ooh, yeah, that 5 backfired a bit, but that 4-6 mon shape... how happy are you with that shape? Because right now, this is a hand with a lot of bad shape.
Yeah, because all the shapes are bad, I'm pretty happy with any shape. And 4-6 is one of those kanchan that it's pretty easy to improve. You can immediately improve with 3 or 7 mon. You can just dry the 5 mon for Tenpai, or to complete the shape. And if you get a 2 or 8 mon, at least you have a Jiankan, so it's better than just a kanchan.
Ouch, the Sozu shape just backfired completely there.
Yeah, almost an Itsu in the discards. And now Hanlei really hoping that something that Kaz drops will help push him towards Tenpai. Fortunately, Kaz hasn't dropped anything except for terminals and honors, so slow going. There's another So tile. Julian pulls in a great 6-pin. This is Ishanten for potentially Tanyao Sanjuku with 2 Dora.
Oh wow, at that point, I'm wondering if... I think this is... Yes, high chance of Dama, and I think I'd be open, even without the Sanshok. I think I'm open just to call open for, like, Tanya Dora too. What about you?
Yeah, 100% agree. In fact, even there, I'm willing to drop the 8 so that if I draw even the 1 pin into Tenpai, I can just have reach pin Fudora with Sanjuku outs.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too.
Although Julian probably really committed to the maximum value here and saying, I don't want to hold a 2-pin near the Dora when that can deal in. We'll get a backfire here. Could be Tenpai for Tanyao, Pinshu, Dora with Sanjuku chance.
Oh yeah, that's a bit sad, but I don't hate this shape either too much because it's even though it's a Furutan, it's a 3-sided weight possibility.
Yeah.
Chi.
Still going to give that option a chance. And now we do have Tenpai on the 2-pin that would have dealt in. This is Tenpai, but like the
Each.
worst one, we'll take it anyway.
I mean, reach Tanyao Pimfu 1. I think, like, you can't be sad with that,
No,
can you?
you absolutely cannot. It's kind of funny
Don't.
that's the worst one. The 2, though, that came out that was safe to Julian, that's not safe to Holly anymore, who does manage to convert the awkward shapes into a 2,900 point win. That will put him very close to first place.
This is a funny starting hand for the dealer. What do you make of this shape?
Oh, that is weird. I almost want to hold the 1 Onmon for maybe Itsu chance, but it
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense if Hanlei wants to try to open this hand to just hold all the Yakuhai.
such a weird hand.
Like, it's kind of close to Junchan or Chanta, so if you draw the door 2 mon, you can cut the 4 mon and just play for Chanta.
That's also an option, yeah.
But we've seen Hanlei kind of just move towards the efficiency route. Like even when he was trying to make Honitsu, it looked like in the previous round, they ended up going with a Honitsu plan. An efficiency plan anyway.
Ooh, on the right there, that's double. That's double
Yeet.
double. With the dragons. I was gonna say, do you ever try to greed for 3 big dragons? I think that's a bit too late for a day.
Yeah, and Joshua's Ricci here. Ricci Tanya Pichu, classic.
Oh yeah, that's as classic as you can go with hands. No Dora, but you get all the value just from the Tanya.
Yeah, there was no. There, of course, there was the door draw if you Dama, but I probably wouldn't do that unless I also had like Sanchoku upgrade as well. And there's just no such thing here, so slam the Ricci and hope to Patsumo. Also notably, before we got to this Ricci, Julian passed the Hotspom, and as a result was able to pair up the Haku. Now they're all just save tiles, but a notable decision there. I wonder if it's going to be a consistent theme that Julian passes up the first call.
Ooh, hits Ura. That's nice.
Big win for Joshua. Now we said earlier that everyone had got their Mangan except for Joshua, and he finally hits his. So it's a game again.
Yep, and I have a feeling this might be one of those above 20k fourth place games.
Yeah, currently looks like that for any of these players if they were to find a fourth here. And that's a good sign. That means everyone's fighting for their hands and winning. Everyone's getting a chance at a big hand.
I'm curious with Julian with that 8-pin toss. Is he trying to commit to Chi Toy 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 or something like that?
And it's very least hedging it, especially I think because he has this Dora. He's thinking about it. I guess what would your alternate be? Probably just a Yakuhai.
I could like this is one of the cases where you keep it like green and white just because you want the small chance of like small 3 dragons, I think.
Oh, I wonder if Julian has won a Shosanga and maybe hoping to fill out his Yaku decks.
Just curious, what's the most amount of Yaku summons they ever gotten in like one season or like overall?
Oh, you mean like unique Yaku?
Yes.
Oh, I think Aaron Light has the stats on that. I want to say something like 23 or 24 out of 29, I think.
Oh wow.
Where all the Yakumon are counted as one Yaku.
Yep. Ooh, now dealer has a really funny hand here. I think this is just Toy Toy.
Yeah, this is Toy Toy, but all the Haku are in the wall, so could actually see that very thing. Okay, never mind. I should have spoken a little bit like one turn later, and then maybe the Haku would materialize in Julian's hand.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a really annoying choice because 4-pin is really efficient here. But that being said, do you want to give up? Okay, you keep the white for a bit longer.
Yeah, you're not losing that much from the 1 mon. I mean, that's basically just your save tiles, so it's not too bad. Also, an annoying hand as we see Tempai on the left for Hanlei, 4-6 pin for South Dora 1. On the right, Joshua has this pair of Dora, a pair of Easts, and the 6-6-8 shape. And you really want to do, anything to speed up the hand with the Dora 2. Actually chooses to just cut East-East right here.
Yeah, I feel like he's. I think based on the dealer's discard, you can see that they're dropping a lot of mid tiles. So I feel like maybe the mindset there is trying to call a chi or a pong off the dealer.
Yeah, the Sozu are looking fairly inexpensive. And actually, a Dora already came out of Julian's hand, who does find Ishantan.
Oh no, it's a great Ishanten, but if he's grading for Toy Toy, that's gonna deal in.
It feels like a hand where you really want to grade for Toy Toy, especially if this 5-pin
Oh
comes out.
no!
Oh, that's gonna happen.
No.
Dom.
That was a dealer Mangan chance. That's going to be lost out to Nandora 1.
So sad. That wait was also really good there. Like 9 man comes out easily. Green Dragon. I don't like someone's bound to drop the Green Dragon, right?
Yeah, especially at this table, I think it was pretty likely to see a Green Dragon come out. Just, goes back to that decision to hold the 4 pin for efficiency. Maybe the play was to just drop it. I'm not sure.
No, it's always an annoying thing of questioning. Do you want to play full efficiency or do you want to play more value?
Yeah, just commit to the value and hold the safety. In this case, holding for efficiency didn't quite work out in Julian's favor, but still in third place, and the race for third and fourth is pretty close, as is the race for first and second. Joshua's hand, Haku pair, one completed shape, two more shapes in the Monzu, and a Sozu Kanchan. Pretty standard, average high pie, callable, inexpensive, and kind of wait and see. On the right, though, that is a little more expensive, huh?
A bit. Three Dora, a bit more
Dom.
expensive. Yep, that's the easy pong.
Shantan looking for 3 So and 3 Mon, and also can upgrade those shapes with 5 draws in either suit. Across the way, though, that is Chitoi Tempai Hanlei. Somehow, Chitoi early with
Dom.
the 6 Mon Tonki looking to upgrade that weight. How awesome would the 2 Mon weight be here?
Oh yeah, that's a great city trap there. Monster looks really cheap. Like even if you reach it right now, I feel like 6 man has a chance of coming out because your discard say monster is very cheap.
Yeah, if you get to Karakiri in any other suit, how about Sha? That's 10. We do have Tempai for Kaz on the 3 Mon now, so Mangan already Tempai. Ooh. Does not take the switch. Fortunately for Hanley. That would have been an expensive 6 Mon deal in.
Oh yeah. Ooh, on the left here though, that's your favorite Sancho chance.
Yeah, Sancho it with Ishanten could be Pinfu as well, depending on the draw.
Do you ever call that 6 man?
I
Chi.
I'm starting to consider it because these tiles are running thin, but no, I don't think I do. There's just so much value in staying closed.
This board seems so expensive. Like, I feel like if I was one of the players right now, I'd be really scared right now because, especially the two people who are close, they don't see a single door and they see two people calling open a lot. Like, is this the time that you possibly think you start defending?
I'm definitely very scared here. The problem is, as dealer, someone sumos a big hand. It's a really bad result for us anyway.
Dom.
Oh, well, kind of the boring ending out of all of this, I guess.
You see all those pin tiles, then it takes a second before you realize, oh, there's no Dora in there. But this is fine, 1600. Han like just could not find a better weight. Even all the honors were completely dead. Or Furitan. Has now all last dealer in second place. Reasonable high pie, lots of so tiles, but it's gonna play for efficiency, especially after this 5 pin draw. Richi Pinfu, likely here. On the right, Hanlei just trying to lock out this game. Has a great hand to do so. Could be Tanyo or just a Pinfu. And Hanlei's no stranger to the Dama. So Pinfu Nomi to end the game in first place is very likely should he fill the proper Kanchans. Across the table, Julian probably gonna have to aim for a Ricci with these 2 Dora. Especially with the goal of getting over 30,000 points. 3 Han would be enough. On the left, Joshua looking for a big hand. Needs to pick up 6,100 net gain on Julian, so trying to incorporate this Dora, but might just end up having to reach a Tanyo.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad hand there. Your ideal situation is you get the last 3 pin and con it and try to cause some chaos.
Yeah, the last 3 pin in the wall, so that is definitely a possibility. Dealer, nice progression with a 6-0 here. You can just cut the 1-3 Kanchan in its entirety. We'll start with the 2-so and just hold all the shapes. This is a fair approach as well.
Each.
This is Tempai. Joshua doesn't even want it, but will reluctantly just slam it. Richie no Mi.
Would you reach that?
I would not. I think I want Tanya.
Yeah, I was thinking like Tanya at the very least Tanya, if not maybe pair up the Dora or like incorporate with like an 8-mon or something like that.
Yeah, how you would go about not taking the Ricci is interesting though. You could just throw the 1-so back and say, I want Tanya. Or you could I guess you could toss like the
Kang.
4 mine. Oh, there's the 3. There's the con he was looking for.
Oh, now I guess this reach is worth a lot more now.
Yeah, with a Ricci, Dora, and lots of Uda chances. The 5-mon has 2 in the wall. And there's something to be said about just slamming Ricci when you have Tempai. We'll see if this pays off for Joshua.
That a Chitoi Tempai? Yes,
It
that is a
is.
Chitoi Tempai.
Do you feel like dropping something against this? Remember, if you deal in, that halves the number of points that you can afford to give up.
Yeah, I would have dropped the 5-pin because 3-pin causes a Kabe on one side and you drop the 8-pin the before turn. Oh no, that's a spicy draw.
Yeah, it could justify the 5-pin, but can you justify the 5-mon? And no,
Sumo.
it doesn't matter when Joshua Tsumo's all right. We're gonna have to check Uda, Ichi, Tsumo, Dora, and there's the Uda for the
Okay.
full Mangan. Joshua, well, it turns out the Ricci was absolutely correct, and we'll steal away third place.
Sadly, just below 30k though.
Yeah, nice hand from Joshua. Found a way to rob Julian of the third place, and that will be the end of game one. Let's see if we
Again,
can update the standings.
fourth place is 24,900. Wow, that's less than 6. That's a bit more than 5,000 less than net equal.
Yeah, it's like someone sumoed a Mangan on your dealership and you lost a Ricci stick, and that's your points.
But I also note here, first place only getting a plus 20, plus 20. Like you're happy you're first place, but are you very happy about this?
Yeah, I my recent series this week, I got a first place with about the same points, plus 20. And then something similar happened in the last game where someone gyakutenned me with a Richipatsumo Pinufu Itsu Hanemon to give me fourth place, and I lost 26 points. So the first place didn't even compensate that fourth place.
Yeah, it's just so sad that yeah, you're first place, but it doesn't feel like you're rewarded that well.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you get continuous small positives like this one, it really is enough to push you over. And Kaz right now plus 112. Hanlei plus 27 does bump him closer to that top promotion zone in sixth place with a victory. Importantly for Hanlei, no fourths.
Oh yeah, that's a really good stat.
Okay,
So,
looks
question: do you prefer the idea of it not getting fourths and getting more second and thirds, or getting more first and fourths?
my gameplay is very much prefers avoiding fourth, and I'm fine with seconds and thirds. But there are a lot of people in the league who think otherwise, who believe strongly in fighting for first place and incentivizing first place over fourth avoidance. I think that type of gameplay is very good for tournaments.
Oh yeah, because tournament gameplay is a lot different from normal like league or ranked gameplay.
Right. Generally, my playstyle tends to be a little less volatile, so more stable for a league, perhaps, but
Chi.
also more difficult to just win tournaments. We do have a chi from Joshua into Tempai for South only.
You know, I always appreciate these type of three calls for one hand. What do you think of those in general?
I mean, it is valuable in terms of it just ending someone else's hand. If you don't have the value, someone else does. So let me make sure you don't win it. And the early calls seem to make sense. Joshua even hesitant in calling that one pin because he really wanted the extra value with the east call. Uh, I wonder if he gets the opportunity if he'll take the Tonki after calling the
That
east.
Oh wow, he had the chance for temp. Oh no, that would have been Ishanten. Okay, no.
There are three door across the way in Julian's hand. This is a pretty monstrous hand, but needs to find a tempai that doesn't involve dropping the six pin. In the meantime, we'll have a Ricci from Kaz to contend with almost certainly.
Yep, I think 5/8 Mon Ricci here is normal. Yeah, the 8 is kind of dead, but at the same time, you're kind of hoping someone like that means 8 is pretty cheap, isn't it?
Oh, well, there's an 8. Julian might not have a choice but to drop it soon. Ooh, option to switch to Shabu here. At least the 5 pin is half Suji. No, goes with the 4 instead. Also half Suji.
This is a very fun hand. I'm curious who wins this at the end.
Yeah, the number of tiles not very strong for Kaz, but the big issue is that Julian has a hand worth fighting for and an 8 pin that needs 8 mon that needs dropping.
What I love is that Joshua just like I'm not sure if he.
つも
Yeah, exactly. He just like I'm not sure if it's that he wanted to fold, or like he didn't want to fold, or like he couldn't fold. Because he didn't fold, he gets the 1,000 win.
Yeah, 1000 plus the Ricci stick. Nice little bonus. I think it's a combination of both. Joshua, just from the play that I've seen in multiple divisions, is very consistently an aggressive player and sort of the player that says the best defense is a good offense,
ポン
and certainly paid out there. This dealer is going to be interesting to see how Joshua tries to incorporate the store, if at all.
Yeah, because I'm curious. h- Are you more reluctant to drop the West now that you see an open call?
Yeah, I tend, if I see that call, I tend to want to drop the West immediately before they can Tonki on it because I always get a little nervous about Dora Tonki after a Yakuhai call, specifically in Akanashi. It's a little harder to get value, especially open, and so Dora Tonki is one of the easy ways to increase the value of your hand without really doing anything Yaku wise. Joshua does get it out in time before it becomes very scary.
Oh, on the left there. You think that's just that they want to play a closed Ricci?
I'd expect so. These shapes look pretty good for that. And with the right draws, you could even find Saranko.
Oh yeah, no, Sanko would make this a lot better.
Not really a hand that I think of that frequently, but this season in particular, I missed the
ポン
Saranko in round one, session one, and so it's living rent free in my head. It's been doing so for the past, 5 weeks.
That point, that feels like a trauma.
Yeah, maybe, but at least I'm seeing it more frequently as an option.
I guess it is true that if it makes you more open minded to the opportunities, I feel like that is a good mindset.
We do have a Tempai across the way for Hanlei, just Haku only, waiting 5-8 Mon. Ooh, Joshua takes Tempai, but not a Ricci on the 3-6 pin.
Is this a reach or demo for you?
Hmm.
ドン
It's a Ricci for me, but I doubt Julian drops that 3 pin if there's a Ricci, so.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, yes, the board is expensive, but I have a Jamin Ricci. I kind of want to win Jamin as dealer, that Jamin Ricci as dealer.
Yeah, I think in this case, because the Doras come out, I've dropped the door. I can't remember if Kaz also dropped his or not.
Yeah, so one door was out.
Only one
That's all.
Dora. Yeah, I think I'm still willing to take the Ricci, but if it's Shompai, I might actually down with that.
Home.
Oh, interesting. Galen has a funny hand that has Chanta shapes. I don't think you greed for Chanta here, though, right?
Home.
Probably not. We'll see. Yeah, Chun comes out, so definitely just playing for the fast win. And this is the MO for Joshua, the snowball style. I'm gonna keep winning hands on my dealership, and unless you stop me, I'm gonna.
T.
By the time it passes, I'll be up at 40, 50,000 points.
Yeah, I really like that that mindset. Just the don't value is important, but winning a lot is also a pretty important part.
Julian might be able to fight,
Home.
but would really like to be able to use the door in this hand that is the
Ooh,
winning
that's
tile for Hanlei. So
ooh. Oh, it doesn't deal in yet. Ooh, on the right there. That feels like a high chance of dealing into. Oh, not anymore. Oh, interesting. Do you like that? Do you like that weight change?
I guess the benefit of the weight change is you can get something better than a Kanchan and better than a Taki.
Home.
And you're not really expecting anyone to drop Dora. And then, of course, there it goes.
Interesting. Oh, is trying to wait on the nines, which are dead now.
Oh,
Oh
the
no.
three pin actually does come out. Oh, you're going to get a big food boost as well. 140, we get extra 300 points.
That's such a funny change there.
Give up the Dora, win on the Taki anyway. It's all good. Julian, as the dealer now, 28,000 points. This has been a very, very closely contested game. No one breaking away from the pack. Looks like this one's going to be a Ricci for Julian.
You prefer these type of games where it's like people only win 1,000 or 2,000 hands?
I get a little annoyed if I'm building Mangan hands and they're not winning because other people are getting 1,000, 2,000 hands. But if I'm actively participating in the cheap hand winning, then I do actually kind of like these types of games.
Home.
Oh,
I don't like, being in third or fourth place. Actually, I'm okay being fourth place in a tight game. I don't like being third or second in a tight game in all last.
yeah.
But first or fourth, I actually am totally fine playing from that spot.
Yeah.
We have a very exciting hand from Hanlei on the right. By very exciting, I mean Kokshi attempt.
Yay! How many is that right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a pair.
And unfortunately for Hanlei, the tune has been called. So you do need to draw the last one of those. But the hand was so bad. Maybe this was actually your best attempt at winning, or at least scaring some players off.
T.
Fortunately, you're not really scaring Joshua off. Already temp by waiting 2-4 so for tune only. What a surprise!
1,000 hand games! Yay!
One of the nice things about these, and there goes the Chuso, these cheap games is that you always have a chance for first. You just get that one Mangan hand, blow it open. There's a very good chance that you end the game in first.
I like it, but like you were saying, if that happens up to South 3 or South 4, that's when I start panicking.
Yeah, because then it's more likely that someone else, one of the other three players, wins a Mangan hand, and you take the Oya Kaburi or something, and all of a sudden you're in a fourth that you can't recover from.
Yeah, especially here because we don't have. It's not like ranked where it has. I think the 5K minimum to end the game. Here, even if someone's first place by like 1K, it's game over.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anyone can actually pull together the monster hand that will open things up. And maybe this is it. Kaz taking an early Ricci with the Suji trap set up on the 8-mon. Ricci Chitoi Dora 2.
I think there's a high chance that the dealer just deals into Eppots here. Oh,
Plays
just goes
Gembutsu.
Gembutsu.
Nice dodge. That was looking to be a Hanemon. Still very deadly for Hanlei here. But Hanlei also one of those players who's very defensive. Will probably trust the Suji. Has the Tone now and the 8 so.
Interesting.
Oh, 10 by for
Each.
Joshua. This is gonna get scary.
Ooh, that's another fun shampoo there. Oh gosh.
Now,
All these three weights are all trick weights.
8 so is Genbutsu to one, Suchi to the other, so that'll be the first cut. But Hanlei's kind of out of options now. Goes with the south.
Sumo.
Oh, 9 sumo!
My gosh.
That's the Yasume, but
I gotta say, that's the interesting one winning. Ooh, only one person over 30K now.
yeah, amazingly enough, Joshua now the only player above.
Home.
And again, we didn't get our Mangan hand, only 2,700. Kaz says, okay, I see the idea. Oh, you're going to play this way? I can do this too.
Just curious, was that the most expensive hand of the game?
I think so, actually. 2,900. Hanlei got a 2,900 dealer hand.
Oh.
So yeah, by 200 points, not the most expensive. Unless I missed a 3-Han hand that happened. I do think that was the most expensive.
Eeler, I see a one-hand hand here. What do you think?
Yep, looks 1-Han to me. Unless they draw the Haku and can Tanki on that, but looks like that. Even that's going to be a little difficult as 2 of them are immediately discarded. Great Ishanten though. Should be the
Ooh.
fastest hand there, although Joshua is Ishanten now on the right for Richinomi.
Interesting. Personally, I'm a person who likes dropping 6-0 there. Do you like the 4-man drop there?
I think 4-mon is very autopilot. I think the 6-0 has its merits too. The benefit of the 6-0 in the hand is you've got the 5-0 draw for 3-sided, but you're really expecting to draw around this pin shape, and if you do draw around the 4-mon, you could even find a Sanchoku to upgrade the value a little bit. Okay, but here's the 7-so draw, which also provides a reasonable tempai.
Chi.
Think opposite there. That's Tenpai for 1,000. What a surprise!
On the 5-mon, 2 5-mon the wall versus 2 of the 5-8 so 2 versus 2. Ooh, do you switch to 6-9 here? No, 6 with this weight.
I don't think it'd be a bad weight, but I think the only reason I wouldn't do it is just because changing my weight might give more information.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I wonder if there's anything here you would change your weight to.
Yeah, cause that
Twice cut.
twice. That doesn't mean you can't do it.
That's true. I don't think I would, but that, what you are saying is not factually incorrect.
I will say on the opposite, they're a bit backfire there. They would have won with the 5-man sumo.
Now on 4-7 so. So Zutile's starting to light up there. Joshua sees a path to some value here. 4-mon draw would be insane. 2-mon does the trick too. If you want to take a Shabo Richi.
It is Tanyao.
Sumo.
Oh, that's a Richi stick donation.
Yep.
But notably, Julia not making it back over 30,000 just yet. Still at 29.5. So Joshua, can we call this a commanding lead? He's the only player over 30,000. That's got to be commanding, right?
I'm more curious of what 4th place is going to be this round.
Yeah, we saw a 24.9 4th place. That's really small for a 4th place loss. We could see something like a 26 or 28 4th place.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I have so much fun looking at these things.
I think recently we did have a game that finished one player over 30,000 and 4th place had 28,500 or something. Just the saddest 4th place imaginable. Like,
oh my gosh.
Dealer's hand is kind of okay. Ricci Pinfu seems reasonable here. Ooh, 6 of 8
Answer defense.
Sanchoku, yeah. On the right there's a Dora shape, but not confirmed just yet. The hit across the way already Shunten. That looks really pretty. Just need to drop the 5-mon for a Ricci Dora 1. And on the left, that's okay.
Ooh, that draw is interesting. I think he still dropped. Ooh, drops the
Oh,
5-10.
that seems wrong, but I'm trying to put my finger on
Yeah,
why. That's because
I feel
it's
like
no longer Ishanten. That's why.
yeah, and also you could drop 9-mon instead to confirm Tanya.
Yeah, it looks like Hanlei's plan is to maybe think about Itsu or cut the 9-8 and go for Tanyo anyway. Oh, it's definitely to go for Itsu.
Maybe even Chinich.
Yeah, how about Itsu Ipe Kopin Dora?
He's going. This is a really greed.
Yeah, maybe Hanlei said, the next person to win a Mangan wins the game, so I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna take a Ricci Dora 1. It's going to be a monster.
We'll say if he wins this, that's gonna be. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the highest win of the game. Oh, that's I think 5-pin might drop very easily.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see if any Montaus get called, if any Montaus come to hand. Oh, that's a great job for Joshua. This is a monster 10x2.
1
Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1 with Sanchoku Chance as dealer. And now these 5-pins cannot come out anymore.
Oh no. Ooh, drops 9-mon. Ooh.
That feels like a little bit of a risk there, but Hanlei not ready to give up on this hand yet. Shanten? Oh, it doesn't want that version.
That'd be a really bad footed hand. Oh
Sumo.
wow, dealer wins this.
Yeah, it's a big sumo. Even though it's Yasume 5-pin, it's still at least 4 Han. Yes, 26 all for 7,800 gain, and now we can say Joshua has a commanding lead.
Aw.
I mean, still, 4th place has the chance to be quite high.
Yeah, but it's still over 20k. But I will say, I'm liking the dealer 10 pretty well. I like the dealer 10 quite a bit right now.
ポン
Yeah, dealer might just slam any Ricci here with Ricci Dora 1. Julian does call double south.
I guess kind of double south. Are you less inclined to go for the Hongitsu greed?
More inclined, I think. Because now
Oh,
Honitsu is a Mangan. I think if this was like East round, actually let me reconsider this thought. Yeah, I think because the only way I really chase down 1st place is to win a Mangan on my own. I really, really, really want to get it. And unfortunately, we haven't really drawn the tiles for it, so it looks like it's not going to happen. But getting a Mangan out of this would be so huge. Oh, I guess we do have the door in hand now, too. So, for 3 Han, I'm less inclined to try to force Honitsu.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's a great draw.
I think the difference between a 2 Han win versus the chance at Mangan, it pushes me towards the Mangan, but
That's a 3-sided tempai, right?
it
Oh,
is.
3-sided
Each.
Furi 10 though.
Yeah, Cass doesn't care and avoids the deal, and as a result,
I mean, can you fold a 3-han tempai?
in this position, it's close. I wonder if Julian can fold with these current tiles. 2-pin pretty safe. 1 so is Genbutsu, so he could probably get out of this.
カン
But he just wants to fight here, and Khan.
Well, the dealer has some other thoughts, eh?
Yeah, forget just letting the dealership pass. We're gonna see Joshua fight for it all.
I can't justify that kind at all.
Con for flow. That's what they say.
Gosh.
All these 7 pins coming out. At some point, you might just have to call for K10.
Well, like,
Dom.
what does that? Oh, well,
It didn't end up affecting that much. Julian's hand value remains the same, the 3,900 points. And we will now have 2 players above 30k. This is Julian's chance, hitting Joshua directly. And then you get this high pie, and
uh,
Boom.
Chanta. Honitsu.
yeah,
I
it could be
don't know.
Chanta. That one so is in a really funny position.
I mean, it's open, so door 2 is the same. Oh my goodness. Okay, going the Honitsu route. East has already come out twice, so that's has to be the pair in the hand.
Curious,
Boom.
just for the fun of it, do you ever drop the 2 pin
2
before the 1 so?
I'm strongly considering it.
Oh wait,
Nope.
the
The
East
answer is
dead.
no. No, I don't.
No,
No,
no, oh no! Who cares about that? Yeah.
not when you're gonna draw the 3 pin.
Oh yeah, no, this is one of the best tempo. Oh wow.
Holding the 2 pin definitely has the best chance of drawing towards value because you have more pin connectors than you do copies of the 1 so to draw.
Can I just say the only thing I find sad about this hand is the fact that you can't make it into a sushi hand.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I mean, we technically can. We draw west, we cut 789, we can make it happen. But instead, it's going to be Chanta Honitsu. Why not both? Why not both? 5,800.
Yep, why not
Julian
both?
takes that directly from Joshua, too, so that is going to swap places. Same hand?
Well, why not? I think the game's trying to say something.
Yeah, door is now the west, so pairing that up would be very sweet for Julian. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we're going to get like a Richi and Totsu to pay.
Yeah, but like if someone drops a 9 pin, don't you? I feel like I want to call the 9 pin.
That is kind of tempting. That is your last chance to pull that.
Because if you play Ricci with this hand, you're stuck with the kind of 3 pair hand, which I don't know how much I like that too much.
Yeah, I guess you can always upgrade your 4-mon into a Diamond Weight. And if you pull, you're going to drop the 4-mon pair anyway, unless your plan is Toy Toy. Oh, it has that north. And yeah, we'll just play for it.
Yep.
Alright, so the plan is set for dealer. On the right, Hanley might have similar thoughts in the Sozu. Also just collecting pairs as well, 4 of them.
Yep, could be Chitoy, but I'm not very happy with the Chitoy.
Yeah, I don't think Hanley will be... Actually, I take that back. Hanley, I think, is one of the players that tends to find Chitoy at a higher rate than others.
Ooh, I was gonna say, I might call that 9 so, but not calling that 9 so makes this hand really interesting.
Yeah, 8 so still 2 in the wall. Oh, goes with the 1 so cut, though. Interesting. He's taking the widest Dishantan.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is that the better choice there? Because that gives up a chance for a Itsu and slash Honitsu.
Yeah, if you drop one of the pin tiles to hedge Honitsu as well as Itsu and all the others, oh, that's... you have to decide which pin
Ooh.
tile to cut. The 4 pin gives you the wider shape. The 5 pin gives you the chance to draw an Anko into Tempai. And ended up not deciding to drop either of them.
You know, if dealer wanted to be funny, they could pong that.
Yeah, I think that's justifiable for Julian. We do have... It is Richi Pinfu, the Peiko chance for Kaz.
It also breaks Ipatsu, which as dealer, I think it has merit by itself.
Yeah. I don't think Julian's going to drop the door ever. So between the 2 so and the 2 pin, do you think you can pass one or both? 2
2 pin looks pretty cheap for me, if you ask me, with two 3 pins dropped earlier. Well,
right.
yeah, 2, yeah.
Well, I guess 1 3 pin dropped earlier, right after the 3.
That's Yakulis Tempai.
I'm trying to see if actually Julian could have dropped the 5 6 and gone for Chanta. I think the 5 was Nakasuji and the 6 also Nakasuji, so could have tried that route.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting way for that. But yeah, I guess being first
Dong.
place. Oh, ow, that's the Takame. Oh no.
Yeah, and that's just because Joshua had drawn two Dora, and now we're back to that situation with one player over 30,000 points.
And last place is 26K.
All right, we'll see who ends up making it out of fourth place. If Hunley can get out of there, or if Kaz drops there, or Joshua drops there. There's almost no way Julian does, right?
Well, I mean, these points are kind of like literally like a Mangan roam from the dealer just changes the whole game.
Yeah, that would absolutely change the game. And I don't know. I don't think this hand is very close to being a Mangan just yet, but it can accept a door, and a door draw would go a long way towards accomplishing that goal. Nice Anko draw too.
Okay, as the right, you are 700K over fourth place. Can you defend in that position?
I think from Kaz's perspective, he's probably just trying to make it to 30,000 at this point, to surpass Joshua and kind of ignoring the dealer. Um, because if dealer does win a hand to surpass him, at least there will be another round to play.
That is true, but I'm just wondering, because if dealer wins a hand here, you're in a pretty bad situation.
It's possible, but if dealer hits Joshua directly, chances are Joshua will be below you, even if Hunley jumps ahead. So there's a little bit of push and pull here towards your offense defense mentality. Oh, that's a lot of pairs for Kaz. I think this almost has to be Chitoy now.
I feel like half the people here can have a Chitoy hand.
Hunley has somehow managed to draw amazingly well after drawing the Anko of 8, did fill in the Tuso. Now can cut
What's
like
the best drop? What do you think was the best drop there?
uh, my instinct was 5 so,
Yeah, I was thinking 5 so for the possible chance for Itsu.
right? And this way we are gonna almost certainly end on a Shabo. I mean, we can of course upgrade off of this shape, but our Tempai is most likely gonna be a Shabo. Versus the possible Entotsu if we had cut the 5 so or the 6 mon.
Yeah, the only problem with the Entotsu is that 8 pin was already dropped once, and so was 5 pin. So it didn't look like the most appealing way, I guess.
Yeah, and Totsu in that situation would then only have one extra tile compared to a Shabo.
Ooh, interesting on the right there. They dropped the 9, so that's Ishanten for Chitoy.
Could have considered dropping something like the 2 mon and giving up on the Diamond. But now that
Okay,
they've filled the Diamond, what is the plan? It looks
what
like
is the plan?
still Chito, I guess.
Okay.
It's hard to do anything with this 1 pin, 2 pin because the 2 pin's been cut twice, and the same with the 1 pin.
Each.
But Ricci found from Joshua. Ricci, pin Fudora 1.
Oh wow,
Each.
dealer. Ooh,
They did get the Itsu
three-sided.
draw.
Ooh, you can't drop 3 pin, right? No. Okay, yeah.
Kaz is out. 9 so
Ooh.
not in the wall. Oh, there's
Oh
the 3.
no.
Dong.
Here's the situation we presented. Hanlei winning a reasonably strong hand with the
Oh,
Uratsu.
Ura, ow.
So that puts Hanlei in second place, and Kaz did nothing and is in a better position as a result.
Yep. That that gives him a lot more breathing room. You're now 6,000 away from fourth place, which is a lot much of a better feeling, isn't it?
Right, and that's why I was saying, you can kind of ignore Hanlei. If Hanlei wins, it's probably going to be a situation like this, or it's a Tsumo and everyone's sad. But Kaz goal still remains to get over 30,000. In this case, though, he has to pay a little more attention to what Joshua's doing, because if Joshua Damas something, Kaz deals in, it will definitely be swapping places. I don't think Joshua is really the type of player to Dama in most scenarios, but it could happen.
The only situation you'd think he'd Dama is if he somehow has the Dama Mangan, which
Right.
is usually hard to think. Maybe the North could be a Dama Mangan, but at the same time, yeah, with that North gone, I doubt I can ever like if they reach it, I would fold obviously, but it's hard to expect them to have a high, expensive hand without a Ricci.
Yeah, what is the gap here between the two? 6,000 points exactly. So if they had like a 3 Han Tanyo, like Tanyo, Pihu. Oh, wait, Dora's the pay though, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, I think in most cases it would be a Ricci then.
Interestingly, the dealer wants to keep the North for a bit.
Yeah, I guess they can use it as the pair. But you are sacrificing some. Oh, I guess the 9 pin came out already, so. Hoodie 10.
Yeah,
Emoticon shape there.
it was also the 8, so when I saw the 8, I was like, he's kind of giving up a chance for Sancho, but I guess he doesn't care too
Each.
much of it. Ooh, that's a good Ricci.
Yeah, it's fighting for first now. Ricci know me, but hitting an Uda like he got in the last round would be huge here, winning 2-5 pin. Oh, the 2 kicking out on
Don't.
Ipatsu
Oh
turn.
no!
Forget Uda, that will be enough, I think. Ricci Patsu for 39, and yeah, Hanley has taken first by 1,200 points, and Julian's sitting over here like, I was just chilling in first place. One of you other two players were supposed to win the hand and the game, and now I've got to fight for something.
Home.
That's the annoying thing about it. Like being first place and just like enjoying your life. Like a lot of times it ends up with someone suddenly becoming first place, and at that point it's like, wait, I'm not first place anymore.
Yeah, because you have some incentive to play a little more passively if anyone shows anything scary. Say Ricci, dealer Ricci, you're like, okay, I'm out. If any other player Ricci, say, okay, you fine, you can win the hand, I'm out. Now, if it looks like someone's threatening Dora or Onitsu, you could just be out. But if those players don't win and the dealer continues to win points, you just find yourself sinking down into second. And of course, you don't always have the hand to fight, so these things could just happen. Hanley opening
Ooh.
up here with the South.
Joshua is Ishanten, but how often can you reach that hand?
Well, last time Joshua found himself needing a Mangan in all last with a Richinomi, he slammed it, conned, Tsumo'd, and hit Uda for the Mangan. So I don't know. I think he'll probably just take it.
That's a compelling point.
The con is available here. Oh, I guess it's not. The Knights has been
No.
drawn this time.
Yeah.
Nice draw here. 3-4-5 Sancho possible. Kaz with really good chance.
Yeah.
He could have even, because he has two pairs, he could have dropped Tumon instead and
Or
hedged the
7
two.
pin.
Yeah, or 7 pin. Tumon to hedge the 2-3-4 Sancho, but that would involve dropping the Dora, and I don't think Kaz ever wants to do that. So I think he's just fine to do this. And hey, Joshua did not slam the Ricci this time because he sees the upgrade to Chanta, I should say.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, especially close Chanta is the 2 Han upgrade, so that's a very juicy upgrade there. The problem is 9 pin is too dead on the board, so how long can you wait for it? Well, I guess as last place, you need a valuable hand, so I think he's waiting for yeah, either 9 pin or maybe a Khan, which he can't get.
In the meantime, Hanley building towards Honitsu in the Dora suit is Ishanta.
Interestingly, dropping the East over the 6, though. I wonder what's the reason for that.
I wonder if he's concerned about the 6. Okay, slams the Ricci now that the 9 pin only has one remaining tile.
One man might come out of the Ipat.
It is Suji to the 4 that was discarded earlier.
Yeah, the problem here with that Ricci is no one really has incentive to push that hard, and that hand, I feel like it's hard to get value without getting Ipats. Like, the 1 man might deal in at some point, but are you happy with a 1 man run here?
Oh, there's Tsumo.
Sumo.
Ricci Tsumo Urasan. Oh, misses this time. Does manage to pull back some points and make sure ensures that Kaz stays below 30,000 points. So he doesn't need any more than 25 points for the fourth place. Kaz will take the minus 9.2. And third, Julian, positive 12.0. And Hanley, another first place, plus 22.4.
But yeah, until Southport, that was a really tight game.
Yeah, we were saying, 20 points doesn't feel like that great of a first place. But Hanlei's just won two of them in a row. That's plus 40 and sitting pretty in the fifth spot overall with positive 50.3 and 4150. I would say that's a pretty good score line for the first 10 games of the season.
I don't know why, but just only having 16 people, it just makes it seem so much smaller than every other league.
Yeah, it definitely is due to hiatus situations. The smallest league that we've ever seen since the very first non-beta league, where A1 used to be a 16-player group, but that has since been expanded to ensure that scheduling is a little bit easier or more consistently they run well. Okay, well, two games from this series are complete. I believe that is it for B1. I see Hanley in the chat, so definitely I'm guessing that they're done for the day, but that doesn't mean we're done for the evening. I think we might have a chance to watch one more game, the second game of a B2 series featuring Ryan, Barry, Pio, and Kevin. And I'm really excited to swap the names over for this one.
Oh yeah, hearing those people, that sounds like a really fun table there.
I think it's quite amusing to me that it's Barry and Kevin playing against each other. These two joined the league at the same time. One was a 6 Dan, one was a 7 Dan, and they have been promoting every season in the same divisions from C1 to B1, to B3, from B3 to B2, and so they always seem to face each other. And I always feel bad for whoever's on the table with them. But it's a group of experienced players this time. In addition to the high-ranked Barry and Kevin, Pio is a very experienced player, well known in the Ricci scene. And also Ryan from the Michigan crew has been part of this league for a while now. Is looking to promote, hopefully. Go ahead and take a look at the standings. We see Ryan up at the top, plus 110.0, 5 first places. Barry in fourth place overall in the next promotion slot. Kevin and Pio still the positives, but seventh and eighth, respectively. Looks like their game is set to start in less than a minute.
Oh, it's interesting to see how EV usually correlates with good standings, but then you got people like Pio and Gaohan here who have pretty good EV, but are a bit lower than what you'd expect.
Yeah, Pio rocking the 681, Gaohan 509. And I guess they're high up in the standings, but pretty close to even overall. I think somebody said that around 500 EV is about where plus minus zero is. So that might track with
Oh,
that metric. I don't know how accurate that is, but it seems to correlate pretty well here. Maybe like 500 exactly is where that mark is. But oh, I'm hearing some clicks, so that means the game has started. It will be Ryan in the dealer seat, Barry to the right, Pio across the table, and Kevin on our left. And David, what are you making of these hands?
well, dealer's hand, two Dora is always a nice thing to see. Likely going to be a Ricci because that 7-8-9 shape is a bit awkward to work with it as a Tanya or anything. So, but if you can get a Ricci, Ishan into Ricci Dora too, as dealer, I'm very happy with it, even with a bad weight. On the right here, it's got a door that he preferably wants to use. Other than that, maybe it's Sancho's chance for the 6-7-8. Oh, that's a chance that he can play open. Opposite there, I just hope that's not a cheat toy. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 pair. That's cheat toy Tenpai, isn't it? Gosh dang, cheat toy. I'm gonna pretend I don't see that hand. And on the left here, we have Ishanten, possibly Itsu chance, but with Dora 1, that might be a slam if you get Tenpai.
Okay, Pio's probably gonna take this once cut. Oh yes, let's go. Either he
Yeet.
misclicked that or he understood that mini Doko was the play for this chi toy. 6-mon pair, 6-pin pair. Obviously, the 6 so pair is gonna come into hand. You have to take this. You have to.
That seems like the worst choice.
It is terrible. Trust me. Look, you may not make much sense under conventional standards, but Pio is not always a conventional player. Okay, Pio can see things that are beyond the norm.
Yeah, no, because currently in my head, you wait one turn, Richie, and don't take the upgrade and stay on the bad wood.
Ignore the fact that the South came out. That only came out because he reached on it, right?
Yeah, ignore the part that South likely would have dealt in, but
Trust me,
Oh, my-
6 so there's one more in the wall. It's coming. In the meantime, Kevin chases with the 8-pin for Ricci Dora 1, says that's enough value or in East 1 to fight with.
I doubt the 8-pin comes out because, like, even though 5-pin is safe against one Ricci, the other Ricci, I don't feel safe to drop an 8-pin against that.
Yeah, maybe if some of these 7s start to come out, we might see it, but for now, Ryan's holding on to it. Oh, wow, he could drop a pair of 7s and make the 8-pin look pretty safe. Still one 8-pin in the wall, one 6-so in the wall.
Okay.
One final draw. Looks like we're heading to Ryukyoku, and, well, turns out the 6-so was deadwalled. That's okay. 500 points goes to Pio, as same to Kevin. 2 Ricci sticks in the middle, a Homba, and Barry will be the dealer. What an entertaining first hand.
Yeah, and entertaining is one way to put it. Ooh, I really love this. Ooh, that's a great Hongitsu hand there.
Yeah, Kevin has the Aqua call already, as well as the West pair in hand to be worth an extra Han there. Honitsu plus 2 Yakai, already a Mangan, but also this North pair in hand, you could turn this into Chanta
Yeah.
to move from 4 Han to 5 Han.
You never know when you could how this hand goes, but either way,
Boom.
yeah, no. Drop the 7-mon. Ooh, this is likely gonna be a fun honor tanki.
Or hear me out, Kevin
Gee.
could wait on the 6-so.
Why?
Hey, at least it's a Nobiton this time.
I know. I hate the fact that could happen. That he just angry at the fact that he didn't win 6-0 last time, so he decides to wait on again. I could see that happening.
Yeah, although it is Kevin this time. Now, I think the most funny thing about that to me was I was about to suggest that he do that, just slam the Ricci instantly, but the fact that it was a wait 1 turn and then choose it anyway, I think is the funniest thing to me.
Like when I saw the Ricci, I was like, "Oh, great, he's gonna go for the South Ricci." No.
We are gonna have trouble getting over that one. I love the play. I personally love the play. Now Kevin loves this Sanzo draw. Allows him to draw the 2-so Dora into Tenpai. Also get the Chanta and an extra Dora for +2 Han, turning that into Hanuman instead, which would be a massive win for him.
Yeah, and even in this case, like if you pong the North, you can always just choose to wait on like the 8-so,
Gee.
8-so or anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't choose to wait on the Sanzo Tonki here, the Hellweight Sanzo Tonki, unless you're Dustin.
I'd highly go against it because it's right next to Dora. But hey, seeing how that last hand went, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, 8-so actually doesn't seem like that bad of a weight here.
think that's
Pump.
gonna be a Pong and wait on the 8, so yep.
Ishanten for Ryan. Has to be a little worried about the 6 though.
Yeah, I'd rather not touch with shows right now because that's Hongoshi you don't want to deal into.
Tempai,
You
now
know,
you're gonna have to make a decision. The tank makes me think he wants to go 8-mon, 8-mon. Oh no, he pushes. Okay. It
oh,
does pass.
well, it gives dealer a free drop.
A dealer chilling with the 2 Dora here. Still not some easy decisions. And if Kevin ever gets an upgrade here, he will be dropping the 8 so and dealing in.
You know, I was gonna say before, he always had the chance of like going for the 9-man Taki if it wasn't 310.
Yeah, he's drawn it a couple times now since dropping it the first time.
Yeah, I don't think Barry wants to really drop any Shoju.
Yeah, has to survive 3 more draws. If he finds Tempai though, dealer 3 Han is tempting. But he understands that he's fighting with 5,800 points against 8,000.
Ooh. Oh,
Oh,
that's an
wow.
interesting switch.
Switch to
Wow.
Toy Toy for the Hanemon.
Do you like the 7 so cut there or the 8 so cut there?
I like this. I like the Hanemon chance.
That's fair. I guess either one, like the odds of either one coming out is like very rare, so might as well take the value upgrade. Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't think you can. I don't. No, you can't risk that. Not there.
Barry does dodge dealing into 2,000 points. Almost pays that much in Ryukyoku, so I guess he saved 500. But also the sticks in the middle remain for the next hand, so that gives him a chance to pull those in. And so far we've seen 2 very interesting, well, what, more than 2, we've seen several interesting Tempais, all going to Ryukyoku. So sticks accumulating in the middle.
Okay, Pio, you can't mess this hand up. This is just a normal Riichi Pinfu. Please just play normal.
So this is really funny. I hate these hands. I detest these hands because it's just Riichi Pinfu. You can even just toss the 3-mon right there. Just say I've got my shapes. It's gonna be Riichi Pinfu Dora. Nothing's gonna happen here. But the problem is you're locked, confined to those shapes. If you just don't draw them and never get Tempai, you don't win. And
Yeah.
it seems so often you don't draw the tiles. You just don't find Tempai ever, and you don't win. It feels like it happens way too frequently.
I will say I have felt that a few times too, but it's like, what else are you gonna do? Because like this, like the game's telling you you have one way to play this.
Right. In the meantime, very interesting situation right now. Ryan can pull the Dora and find himself Tempai for Chun Dora 3. Hello. The wake-up call for the rest of the table. What is your hand? Doesn't matter. We're going to see now.
No! Barry, no!
Barry playing so efficiently, but unfortunately that's exactly what Ryan needed, gifted with the Chun Anko to start and just gorgeous shapes elsewhere. 1 call, Tempai, and easy win on the 5-mon. Ryan not only taking the 8,000 points there, but also 2,600 that was sitting in the middle of the table. Barry's going to have a rough time coming back from this one. We'll see if Ryan can hold on to this lead and even extend it with this hand.
That hurts so much because yes, you understand someone that has the Dorapong, but how do you know they're Tempai?
Right, you're thinking, okay, maybe Toy Toy, maybe they're like Shabo Yakuhai. You're not expecting them to just have the Chun Uncle already.
Yeah, and even if they do, like you don't expect it to be Tempai that early, do you?
No, not row 1. In the meantime, Ryan already Ishan 10 again. Ooh, this is clever from Ryan. You see that 2-mon cut?
Oh, yep, that's the Sotogawa trap that some people really love.
Yeah, forget playing efficiency here. We are just gonna be a little bit sneaky. And if it takes like 2 or 3 more turns to get Tempai, that will look really good from his perspective. Oh, just draw it. Forget Sotogawa, you just Tempai.
Each.
It always feels a little sad when you set up this gorgeous Sotogawa trap and then you just draw Tempai on that shape.
I mean, in the first place, like it's like one of those cases where you might have lost a bit of efficiency there, but then you get the tempai. You don't have any value, but it's like you're happy with the reach in your position in first place.
Yeah, and one pin generally hard for people to use as a Dora, except of course we just saw what happened in the last round. But that aside, will be hard for people to chase you down with value like a Dora bomb.
Yeah, and usually even if they have a Dora bomb, their weight usually loses to you because you have one of the best weights possible right
Beach.
now.
Well, we are going to see a
Oh,
chase. Barry slams a Ricci with Sun Uncle Chance. Ricci no Mi unless Atsumo is found.
Sixto is dead. 8mon is both alive. Okay.
In the wall for Atsumo. Barry with a Mangan Chance. 2 for Barry versus 2 for Ryan. 2 of the 4 pin in the wall. So 8 Mon versus 4 pin.
Funny how a Jammin it has is as bad as a Shampoo.
Yes, sometimes it is. In this case, middle Diamen, you'd expect people to be able to use them. It looks like the rest of the table finding the Sozu to be the inexpensive suit here.
Which makes sense, yeah. Based on those discards and yeah, the board is doesn't seem like Sozu will sting you that hard.
I wonder if Kevin will slam a Ricci if he finds Tempo. Ricci +1 as dealer is pretty good.
If you can get the Jammin Tempai, I would say yes, but yeah, he doesn't really want to contend Sozu Pinch, especially on this board.
I actually don't mind the So weight either because one So is Sushi to both players, and it just looks so cheap. Oh,
Sumo.
but there's the 4. Ricci Tsumo, not a lot of value for Ryan, points wise, but a lot of value, I would say, in just passing the dealership, extending the lead, and because Kevin takes the Oyakaburi, that puts him closer to dropping below 30,000. So perhaps going to add another 5 points of Uma bonus to Ryan if he can keep everyone below 30,000.
Barry has the funny hand. That's the hand that you have a lot of Yakuai, but the question is that Hongichi or not?
Uh, no, I'm gonna say no. Not after drawing the Dora.
Home.
Your worst Honitsu suit was the Manzu, and then you drew the Dora.
By the way, Tempai on the left.
Oh, hello, Kevin. Hatsunomi.
One hand hammer, but that's a really good weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super strong. One mon should be coming out, right? You'd expect it to. And Eitso is not that bad either. An interesting dot for Kevin, I'm sure he briefly considered, was cutting, say, the Eitso there and holding out the Dora. If you draw a diamond around it, you'd love to have, increased your value by an extra hunt. But if you don't draw around the door, you can still draw back into a Sozu diamond shape. So
Yeah, like maybe if he was more desperate in points, he might. But at second place, I don't think he needs to do that in his
yeah, I
position.
agree. And Kevin spent like half a second looking at that option, said, "No, I'll keep my tempo. Thank you very much."
Yeah. Ooh, dealer might deal in with 1 month depending on. Yep.
Wrong.
You know what? Ryan's probably totally fine with this. Like a half the value of the hand that I won last time. You
I
paid
actually
you
think
paid
that.
me 1,000 at Oyakaburu. Here's your points back.
To be honest, I feel like that's the best
Home.
situation because I think any similar Oyakaburi is more expensive than that.
Yeah, almost. And Itsumo would be worth more. So yeah, Ryan's like, okay, here's 1,000, and we're one hand closer to ending the game. Kevin again opening up with only 2 Han currently held in hand, so he's trying to catch up bit by bit on Ryan. Barry has something to say about that though with an East Pole. Will be a relatively inexpensive hand for Barry in its current state unless he can find Toy Toy. The right.
Yeah, if you can get Toy Toy, it's nice, but I feel like this is usually just 1,000 and try to keep your dealership.
Yep, that's Toy Toy would definitely be the bonus in this particular with these particular hand shapes. And Sanzo being the door indicator is very difficult to expect to find that. Pio is what, 2 away from Tempai? That's pretty good. With the Dora. Oh, speaking of Dora, hello, Forso.
Ooh, that's a. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I'll drop the 3 so because he doesn't want to drop the Dora.
Right. Just gonna lock that into hand. Pio Ishanten now. Interesting
You
choice
want it?
for Kevin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yes, you can make it an extra block, but are you very happy with that
Pump.
block?
Not really, but if the 7 comes out, it's, it's callable.
It's callable, but in that case, you either drop a Ramen or a pair, and those pairs are pretty good if you ask me.
Tempai for Barry.
リーチ
Oh, Tempai for Pio. Okay, we're gonna have a fight on our hands. Barry with the East Door 1 waiting 2-5 so. That has 2 tiles left in the wall. 1 tile left in the wall, I should say. 1-2 so. On the right, Pio Ricci Dora 1 waiting on the 4-7 Mon.
ツモ
Ipatsumo, okay. That's gonna be a
Mangan.
Mangan. Situationally, that's terrible for Barry.
Yeah, no, as last place, the last thing you want to see is having to pay Oyakaburi to Richi Ipatsumo Mangan. What?
And even worse, Kevin, although he paid 2,000 points, has not fallen below 30,000. So that's like not only a 4,000 point loss for Barry, but also now sitting in the position where he's paying extra 5 points of Uma loss here unless something happens. Still South 3, so plenty of time to make something happen, but...
Is the dealer Sanchoku? Just asking for ya.
Well, yep, it's not only Sanchoku, it's the best Sanchoku, the 2-3-4 Sanchoku. Also hedge an Itsu a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can see the possibility for that. Could also just be a Okay. He's still giving the Sanchoku a chance a bit.
Yeah. If we draw 3 Mon, don't take the Tempai. Don't take Tempai.
He didn't, but
1 Mon, 1 Mon.
I actually dropped 1 month, not for your reason, but because of Tanya.
Yeah, I want both. It's a +3 Han upgrade potentially.
And you can also call it cheap for Tempai, and I'm not too sad with it.
Yeah, and if you draw the 5 so, you get Adora too. It's okay. Pio just foresees the 1-2-3 Sanchoku. I guess if you drop the 1 Mon, you can still hedge that as well, though.
I'm waiting for him to exactly drop the 3 Mon. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I guess that's not the worst situation because then you just have Ricci Pinfu, great weight. 3 so doesn't give you Pinfu, but still 3-sided weight is amazing.
This is an interesting change. Okay, he's taking I forgot the name of this shape, but 2, 3, 3, 4 shape. Nakapukure. Yep.
It is wider for sure, so we'll probably accept any Tempai at this point. Gave a shot at some extra value.
I'm just sad that this is not a Tanyao anymore.
Yeah, we could have even cheated the 3 Mon, if we weren't roning it. Could have at least cheated.
To be honest, I actually am pretty sad because that gives you both the Tempai. That gives you can win off both the 3 and 4 Mon, and your only Furiten is the 1 Mon, which also 3 out, so you almost never get hit by the Furiten.
Yeah, Ryan hesitated a little bit, said, you know what, I'm willing to take Ricci Pinfu. 4-7 pin. 3 tiles in the wall.
I will say it's one of those Richis it's hard to win off the drone because that 5 pin Richi makes 4-7 a bit more expensive than ooh, that makes a 1 chance. There's a chance that Barry might trust 1 chance and drop the 7 pin.
It starts with the 8 pin, and Kevin with 2 door in hand is gonna try to fight here too.
Ooh, dodges it for now. 1 Mon is a bit sus there. Yeah, he doesn't want to trust it because with a 5 pin Ricci, there is a fair amount of chance that it's a 1-4 weight.
But Kevin does trust it and deals into the Ricci Pinfu. just the 4 pin at least. Aiming for Tanya Dora 3. And that sends us into all last. Kevin is the last dealer. Decent chance at winning this hand with the Rishi Penfu.
Well, he really needs it if he wants to go over 30k.
Yeah, no, over 30k, but if he continues to win, he's only a couple of hands of catching Pio for second and Ryan for first.
Oh yeah, a single good dealership can change everything.
Around the table, pretty average hands for Ryan on the right and Pio on the left. Barry needs to make something happen. This hand doesn't look like the right one to do that.
The most expensive upgrade I see is maybe a Sanchok on the 1-3.
Yeah, even holding this 8 so for the 6 set 7 8 chance as well. Shoot is the Dora, and we can't see any of them, so draw 3 Dora. That could be your solution.
That's one way through it.
Ryan's getting very close to temp. I wonder if he'll Ricci or Dama. If he gets a Pinfu.
If he gets the Tempai here, I would be inclined to say Dama, just because, yeah, you're because you don't see a single red dragon.
Yeah, I think that's the big factor in my head is I can't see any of the Dora. And Pio sees a Dora finally.
リーチ
Oh, it doesn't matter. Kevin finally gets tempai and actually has managed to upgrade to Tanyao as well. So Ricci, Pinfu, Tanyao, and this has some serious value to it. Ryan stuck with his Tuso, didn't manage to get that out in time, so it'll be difficult to dance around this. We'll probably just try to bail here.
As first place, I don't think you have to take a Tempai. Like, even if you get it, if you think it's dangerous, I think it's fine to just fold here.
Yeah, not a lot in Ryan's hand that's safe to this Ricci. 5 comes out, that gives you Suji 8 mon. And that might encourage him to push instead of drop the 2 mon and fold.
スモ
Doesn't matter, there's a Tsumo Ricci, Tsumo, Pinfu, Tanya, Ura would be monstrous. 78 instead, 26 all. So Kevin jumps into second place and within striking range for first.
Yep, and this is the worst case scenario for Barry.
Yeah, more Tsumos bleeding out points and Kevin getting over 30,000. Yeah, from
Kevin
this
has a. Yeah, I was just gonna say Kevin also has a really good starting hand here.
maybe do it again. Ricci, Tsumo, Pinfu, Dora, Tanya. Great shapes. Now, Ryan's not doing too bad himself, but it's gonna be hard to catch Kevin's speed here. Barry at least has 2 Dora in this hand, and you might not be trying to, catch up to anybody at this point. You just win some points, maybe bring Pio below 30,000 with a direct hit for 39. But it's going to be a battle for Barry. And on the left, Pio, multiple pairs.
Well, Kevin is Ishanten, and I don't think I'm too sad with it if calling Tempai on the 6 or 8 so pong. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hard shape to complete, so I also would be willing to do that. I would prefer to just draw Dora and drop away from one of those pairs, but if it came out in the next few draws, I would just pull for Tempai. You could make an argument that this hand has too much potential value, though, to call away.
Yeah, it is true, but at the same time, if you don't call one the 6 or 8 right now, if it comes out, how many outs do you have left to win?
Yeah, probably not very many. I mean, 3 mon draw would be amazing, 5 mon draw would be amazing, and the idea is that you're not planning, if you don't call, that you're not planning to wait on that. You're going to drop the 6 mon, 6 so, and draw a Jiamen around it, or you're going to draw a Jiamen in the Manzu, and have Richie Pinfu with some bonuses most likely.
Yeah, which is nice. The question is, do you have the speed at this point?
Yeah, now that we've gotten even later into the
Chi.
hand, oh, just calls Chi here.
Yeah, this
It gives him an instant use for the Dora. Oh, well now
Chi.
I just cheat this. I like the 6-7-8 Chi because if he draws the 3-mon, he can still use it. If he went with the 4-5-6 Chi, a door draw would be useless.
interesting. On the right here, by the way, though, Ryan's in Tenpai for Tanya Pinfu 1 with the possible Ipeko for a Kiriage Mangan chance.
Ooh, that is a lot more expensive than I was expecting from the start of that hand. There are 3 tiles in the wall for Ryan's weight. 1 tile for Kevin.
I think
Chitoi,
that's,
yeah,
yep, Chitoi Tenpai.
リーチ
gonna slam it.
Ooh, slams it.
Kevin's gonna fight,
Sumo.
but there's the Tsumo for Ryan.
Oh no.
Misses the Ipeko for the Mangan, but still picks up 5,200 points. And Pio not drop below 30,000 with that Sumo, even with the Ricci sticks. So Barry will end up taking a larger hit, minus 41.1. Pio takes the positive 1.5 for a third place over 30,000. Kevin plus 8.1 for the second, and Ryan, big winner, plus 31.5. Still in first place overall in the B2 standings.
But yeah, no, I feel like over that game got hit really hard there. Ouch.
Yeah, Barry had just had some unfortunate hands. The main one that comes to mind was the Tempai, the early Tempai from Ryan waiting on the 2-5-mon after calling the Dora triplet and just having the hidden shoot in hand. Definitely a surprise Tempai to be sure. Should be noted that in the oops, I'm looking for the first game of the series. Here it is. Ryan did take a first place, plus 20.3. So back-to-back first places for Ryan, solidifying his lead there. And Barry took the second in that one. Kevin, a positive third again. It was Pio, the only player below 30,000. Actually, Kevin won a Mangan Sumo in all last to pull himself just barely over 30,000. And exchange places with Pio. So a lot of excitement going on in B2. This isn't the only series that was being played. There were 2 other B2 tables that were also fighting it out tonight. A lot of changes were made to the standings in these past few games. It's worthwhile, I think, to take a look at the results from those other games while we're here. So in B2, there was a table with Ryan, Daniel, Emily, and Blake. And in game 1 of that series, Ryan took a big first place. Ryan J, other Ryan, plus 29.4. Daniel, a huge second place, plus 17.2. And the second game of that series finished with Ryan, another first place, plus 32.0. And Emily took the positive second, positive 10.9. And that was pretty significant for Ryan, who climbs out of trouble in the negatives and moves to a pretty safe negative 20.4. Blake caught the other end from those games and ends up dropping from the positives down into the demotion zone. And for the other B2 table, it was a series between Philip, Gauhan, Andrew, and Alon. In game number 1, Alon with a big plus 30.7 first place, and Philip had a very significant positive 15.8 second place. It appears the two were very close going into all last, and Alon pulled out the win of the hand for the game win as well. And for game number 2 of that series, it was Philip taking the first place this time with a positive 32.5, 2 consecutive wins a Mangan Sumo and a Hanuman Sumo for the early lead, and he held that through the rest of the 9 hands for the victory. The other 3 players all below 30,000, finishing with a negative total. And then, of course, there was the B2 table that we saw. Ryan, Barry, Kevin, and Pio. And we went over the games for that one as well, so I think we're all caught up.
Yep, and just noting, I think that the Philip there, that was the Philip who was the representative for IORMC.
That's true. Same Philip. So Philip will be representing Team USA in the individual finals on Saturday. Saturday morning, probably for most people. I don't know if it will be. I won't be able to broadcast that because I'll actually be in Cincinnati for an IRL tournament. But there is a way to follow that. I'm sure that the link to the channel can be posted, the watch channel, and I do believe some of the games will also be broadcast on Twitch as well. So hopefully some of his games will be covered, especially if he makes the finals. That being said, it looks like that was the last game of the night for us. So it's time to call it quits from our end. Hopefully you enjoyed the games as much as we did. We had a bunch of funny scenarios happen in this game.
Yep, I will say today was a very fun day to watch. A few sad dealings here and there, but yeah, it's always fun to watch, commentate, and see how people play these hands out.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to some more Mahjong. I believe the next broadcast is looking to be our regular Wednesday broadcast, so definitely tune in there. A ton of games scheduled. As usual, Wednesdays are always extremely busy. I'm seeing, counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different tables scheduled for November 7th, so definitely tune in. We're hoping to catch some action all around the league once again. And of course, a reminder to anybody watching, if you would like to be part of the league for the upcoming winter season, definitely do register for the league on our website, americanricci.org. The registration deadline is coming up soon. We are under a month away. December 4th is the deadline for that, right before the final session. And of course, if you'd like to know whenever we go live, you can follow our Twitter. You can also follow us on Twitch as well. If you'd like to see this broadcast or any of the previous broadcasts as a rerun, definitely check out our YouTube channel. The link is on the screen. You can also just use our handle at American Ricci. Same for all of our other socials as well. Right. We will look forward to catching you in the next broadcast. Have a good one, everybody.